All right, friends, we're going to begin right away. So we'll start seated. Sit down in your chair and you're going to inch forward a little bit so you can keep your feet flat on the ground, feet about hip width apart. And if you have a chair rest, make sure you're not leaning on the chair back, but find a nice tall spine. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips, the crown of your head over your chest, and then rest your hands on your thighs, palms facing up, so the fronts of your shoulders can draw back. Slide your hands back a bit, feel your collarbones broaden. And then keeping the lift in your chest, gently lower your chin. Allow your eyes to close or gaze softly at something. And just take a moment to feel the connection of your feet on the ground. Feel your sitting bones plugging into whatever's supporting you. And then from that groundedness, that rootedness in the lower body, see if you can continue to lengthen and open through the upper body. And then just take a couple more breaths here, in and out of the nose if you're able to. Finding a soft, a steady breath in and out of the nose. And use your exhales to press down into your seat. Your inhales to grow a little taller. And with your next breath in, allow your eyes to very softly flutter open, letting a little bit of light in. All right, so we're going to start by bringing a little bit of rotation to the neck. We're going to begin by taking some circles with the nose like this. So they don't have to be really big. They could be small or bigger. Let's do about 8 circles in one direction. So we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you come through center, you'll pause, and then 8, maybe a few more in the other direction. So not full neck circles. I like to think of making circles about the size of a peanut butter jar. Maybe keep the gaze towards the tip of your nose, especially if you're starting to feel dizzy. Maybe slow it down or make the circle smaller if you are, and then come back through center, pause. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder, come back through center, and then look over the left. Come back through center, look to the right. Come through center, look to the left. And keep going, keep your shoulders relaxed, keep the chest relaxed. You could pick up the speed a little bit if you'd like to, or slow it down, just going at whatever pace works for you. Let's do one more on each side. And then come back through center. All right, from here, bring your hands to your thighs. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to round your spine. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Lower the chin to the chest. And now as you inhale, slide your hands back and arch your back. Slide the shoulders back. Lift your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch to open the front body. You might lift the gaze a bit. Exhale, round. Open the back body. Maybe lower the chin. How about 2 more? Moving with your breath. 1 more time. And exhale. And then come through center. Sit up nice and tall, pick up your right foot and cross the right ankle past the left knee, which it's definitely harder with jeans on, I'm realizing now. So do the best that you can. Get this bony part of your ankle past your left knee. Flex your toes, really think about pulling the pinky side of your foot back. And then I like to bring my hands onto the edge of my chair, push down into the chair, and then try to lift up and out of your lower body. Imagine there was a sandbag or a rice bag on this right thigh, gently pushing the thigh towards the earth, not forcing it. And then breathe. So the tendency here is that we end up rounding our spine. Our pelvis tips backwards because there's tightness in the hips or hamstrings and that pulls on the low back. So see if you can do the opposite. Keep that natural curve of your spine. Stay right on top of your sitting bones. Keep flexing your toes. Keep pressing the right knee and thigh towards the earth. And take 1 more breath in. As you exhale, release. And switch. Pick up the left foot. Get the bony part of your ankle a little past your knee rather than on it. Flex your toes, really think of pulling the pinky side of your foot back, and then hands to the chair. Notice if you're rounding, if you're sitting towards the back of your sitting bones, and then push the ground away from you. You can also think of pressing your sacrum, which is the base of your spine, almost forward and up a little bit. So you're getting right on top of your sitting bones, keeping that length in your spine. Imagine that sandbag was on the left thigh, gently releasing it towards the earth to deepen the stretch, and then breathe. Keep the length in your spine. Keep the breath smooth and steady, and this is one of my favorite poses to do every day, especially if you have tight hips or if you experience low back pain. I find this to be pretty helpful with consistent practice. One more breath in. And then exhale, release, left foot down. All right, let's come to stand all the way up. And you can just move your chair to the side if you need to, so you have more space. Make sure there's nothing to the left or the right of you. Stand with your feet about hip width apart, hands to your hips, and then step one foot forward and the other foot back. We'll do both sides, so it doesn't matter which one is first. On the back leg, come onto your tippy toes, and then pause, press down through the standing foot, stand up taller. Reach the crown of your head up, find a lift in the belly. Now you're gonna roll over the toes, let's say 8 times in one direction. And once you've done that about 8 times in one direction, come through center, and then 8 times in the other direction. Keep the length in your spine, so rather than sinking down towards the earth, think about lifting up. And once you've done that about 8 times in each direction, step that foot forward, the other leg back, come onto the tippy toes of the back foot, pause, press down through the standing leg, lift up, find a lift in the belly, and then roll over the ankle about 8 times in one direction. If this is new for you, it can feel odd at first, but it's a really good way to start to wake up the joints in the ankle. Once you've done that about 8 times in one direction, come through center, 8 times in the other direction. Oftentimes when we sit a lot, we stop using our feet as much, and then the joints, the muscles in the feet, the ankle, when they're not used, they get weak, they get tight. So this is a really nice way to warm up the feet, the ankles, since we're on them a lot of the day. Once you've done that, come through center, and then just see how it feels to stand up now that you woke up the foundation of your body. All right, so now we're gonna wake up the upper body a little bit with some twist. Again, make sure nothing's to the left of your right, you have side. You're gonna start to twist to the left and right, hitting opposite shoulder as you twist. And when you twist to the left, you might turn your gaze to the left. Same thing, when you twist to the right, you might turn your gaze to the right. And see if you can create the twist mostly in your upper body, so your hips and legs stay pretty stable. And it's really just this movement in the upper back. And let's do 2 more each side. And once you've done that, come through center, roll your shoulders up and back. All right, and then from here, one more thing standing, interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head, pin your elbows in, take a breath in. And as you exhale, gently lower your chin to your chest, round your spine a bit, have a soft bend in your knees. And then inhale, just roll back up. Let's do that again. As you exhale, lower chin to chest, round the upper back. Keep a soft bend in the knees. And then inhale, roll back up. 2 more just like that. Starting very slow, small, just moving the upper body. And then come through center. Release your hands, and then interlace your fingers, but with the opposite thumb on top. Bring your hands behind your head, pin your elbows in. Feet are about hip or shoulder width apart. Take a little bend in your knees. So now we're going to add the lower body. Start to lower your chin to your chest, round the upper back. And now from here, bend your knees a lot, almost like you're sitting in your chair. And now start to arch your spine. So chest up, maybe lift the gaze, and then come all the way to stand. Exhale, bend the knees. Lower chin to chest, round the spine. And as you inhale, arch the back, start to straighten your legs, come back up. Exhale, round, bend your knees, sit back in your imaginary chair. And then roll up, arching the spine, straighten the legs. Let's do one more. Bend the knees, round the spine, chin to chest. Start to arch the spine, straighten the legs, lift the gaze, and then release your arms. Roll your shoulders up and back a couple of times. And then grab your chair. Let's find a comfortable seat in the chair. And just as we started, so a little bit more towards the edge, so you can keep your feet on the ground, not leaning back in your chair seat, but sitting up tall. Bring your left hand behind you, right hand to the left near thigh. And as you inhale, reach the crown of your head up. And as you exhale, twist to your left. Spin the right ribs forward, left ribs back. Every inhale, sit up a little taller. Every exhale, rotate, roll the shoulders back and down a bit. If it feels okay on the neck, turn the gaze over the left shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale, come through center. Release. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand to the near thigh. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Spin the left ribs forward, right ribs back. Every inhale, grow taller. Every exhale, rotate. Maybe turn the gaze over the right shoulder. Try to soften the shoulders back. One more breath in. Exhale, release, come through center. Rest your hands on your thighs, maybe one palm over the other. Palms up so your shoulders can draw back, and find that seat where your chest and your shoulders are over your hips. The crown of your head is over your chest. And then very slightly just lower your chin to open the back of the neck. Maybe let the eyes close or gaze softly somewhere. And take a slow but deep breath in through the nose. Feel the belly expand and inflate like a balloon. And then open your mouth and clear as much breath out as you can. And with your next breath in, bring your palms together in front of your heart. And as you exhale, allow your eyes to softly flutter open. All right, that is all. Thank you for joining me today.